Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival, Lone Debater 7, and as you can see, we found some titanium ore. I went ahead and warped over to the Leah system, I think is what it's going to be called. It has a planet and a moon. I went in on the planet. It is a big-ass planet. It's got like 19 titanium deposits, 14 neodymium, 15 copper. Like, it's insane. This planet has so much stuff on it, but the main thing being titanium. I went ahead and mined like 500 neodymium or so already, so I almost did a whole medium deposit of neodymium. This is a large deposit of titanium. We're just going to mine a few hundred and call it good. That should be enough to, you know, build the energy matrices, or not energy matrices, the flux coils that we need, and, you know, expand our CPUs and start doing all the stuff we've kind of been working towards for a while. So I'm pretty excited. There isn't any pentaxid deposits on this planet, otherwise I would mine those, but I did get about 70 pentaxid or so from mining on the moon from last time, so we replenished all the fuel that we spent and then some. So when we do build our capital vessel, we're going to have the pentaxid required to be able to fuel it up so we can warp out of the star system. So basically at this point, I mean, I can go around and kind of mine some more and do all that fun stuff, gather more materials, what have you. But really, we need to start working on building a capital vessel so we can throw our capital vessel warp drive on it and try to, you know, leave the star system, hopefully find some sarcosium and sappium. The planets I've been to thus far haven't had either of those resources, so I don't know. That might be something that we have to leave the sector for, which would kind of make sense. It would add more reason to build a capital vessel. Outside of just the warp range, obviously. So I'm kind of thinking that might be the case. We have to warp out in order to get, you know, the next tier of materials, sappium and sarcosium. But that is totally fine. I mean, I'm pretty content with where we're at, all things considered. There are also ice golems on this planet, which is nice because those guys drop miscellaneous ores, so sometimes you get saphium or restrium or sarcosium or whatever, so that's kind of nice too. Let's just see. We now have 730 titanium, so that should be way more than enough for anything we're doing here. I am going to pick up our portable heater, and I mean, honestly, like, I'll just show you the map so you can see. So 14 iron, 19 neodymium, 18 titanium, 6 promethium, 9 cobalt, 9 silicon, and 8 copper is what just this planet has. As you can see, it is huge, like Jesus. But not bad. We'll probably end up building a base here at some point. I'm gonna wait until I can unlock the teleporters though and actually build them before I get started on that, just because we have to basically craft everything at our home base at the moment. We don't have a mobile constructor on this small vehicle, and one won't fit at the moment. So I think we've got enough materials, however, to be able to upgrade the CPU tier on this, hopefully, which would be amazing, because then we can also put the weapons back on and we can use our ship again for more than just, you know, a transport. We can actually use it to do a little bit of battling if we want to. So I kind of wanted to go at least scout the moon and see what they have on it. Sometimes it'll have, you know, different resources than the base planet. Like, normally pentaxid is found on moons, so we'll probably find some of that. But we might also find some sarcosium, is my hope, because if we do find sarcosium, we can try to build homing rocket launchers for our small vehicle and upgrade our weapon systems. So that'd be pretty cool. We'll kind of see. I mean, I'm not super hopeful of finding sarcosium on this moon, but that's alright. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video or not, but the planet, like, this moon is kind of freaking out when we're flying towards it, pointing at it. Kind of interesting. Little graphical glitch, I guess, but that's fine. All things considered, though, we did pretty good. I mean, it only took 2 jumps to be able to find the resources that we needed, and we still have 22 AU worth of jump left, which isn't bad. It's not a lot. I think we started with 44 or something like that, so we used about half to make 2 jumps. Once we jump back, I think it's maybe a 9 AU jump from here back to our home system. I could tell you, actually. Let's just look. 10 AU. So we'll use half of our remaining fuel to get home. So that's perfect. I mean, we could, in theory, add an extra stop if we really wanted to. But I'm not going to risk it. We'll just go back to our base after we check out the moon, see what it's got on it as far as resource deposits are concerned. So here we go. Go ahead and scan. So there's a resource there's a bunch of resources right here, actually. I just want to see if it'll mark this for me. Fuel depot. Fun life. Let's get the hell out of here before it shoots us down, because it looked like it had rocket turrets. I'm not too worried about whatever resource that is. We obviously won't be able to get it until we take out that base, which we probably won't ever do, because I doubt it's worth anything. So there's some cobalt. That has a few, but we'll go over to these ones first. We might be able to just look. So there's iron, promethium, magnesium, cobalt, silicon, and pentaxid. So there is pentaxid, that's good. Maybe one of these two is a pentaxid deposit. We might mine that up and before we jump back, just so we can have a little bit extra. I mean, I don't know how much pentaxid it actually takes to jump, you know, like a light year or something, and I assume that the star systems are farther than that apart. So we may need more pentaxid than we currently have. Either way, we will try to gather what we can. Come on, market. Comm center. Okay. It's got laser turrets, so that is scary. Iron. And an iron, so nothing too crazy. Oh well, it's fine. Maybe this is pentaxid. But anyway, guys, I mean, I've been enjoying the experimental build, like, all things considered. I think it actually adds some challenge back into the game for people that have played it before. Like, I've logged over 60, 70 hours worth of game time now, so I kind of have a general idea of what you need to do in what order in order to, you know, advance through. And so this experimental build kind of changes what your play-through progression would be, I guess, would be the way to phrase it. I don't know. But whatever, it changes the playstyle a little bit, makes it a little bit more fun, a little more engaging, a little harder to get to the end here right away. I mean, in the original playthrough I did of this, you know, the first warp jump we made got us Arcosium, Erestrium, and Sathium all on one planet. So there wasn't, like, a need necessarily to build a capital vessel. It was just more or less, like, I built it because I wanted to go to all the planets, but now there's actually a reason to build a capital vessel. You have to in order to get the better resources to upgrade your tech. So I kind of like that aspect of it. I think it makes the game a little bit more realistic. It kind of warrants having the different size vehicles, different size warp cores, all that stuff. So I'm a fan of the experimental build. There are little bugs here and there, but you know, those will get worked out over time. I know the devs are pretty good about taking care of that kind of stuff, at least in my experience. If there's something that's like glaringly wrong, they do address it and try to fix it. So okay, we might be able to get both of these. Cool, we did. I'm just trying to fly fast so we don't get shot down. So there's pentaxid and stuff here. I mean, I'm not too worried about it, so I think we're just going to return back to base. But this is about all the time we have for today. So if you enjoyed the series thus far, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya.